Hi guys, my name is Carla and this is my friend Josanne in Ramses. And the reason I'm talking to you today is to bring awareness to people that might need some help. Maybe it's not you, but maybe someone that you know. So basically what I'm going to talk to you about today is about Frank Lanterman Regional Center. Now, if you live in LA County, which is Burbank, Glendale, La Crescenta, Northridge, Flint Ridge, something like that, not really sure. Basically, the regional center that belongs to you is Frank Lanterman. Now, if you live outside the area, you can always Google regional center near me, and then it will tell you exactly which regional center belongs to you. The reason I'm talking to you about the regional center is because the regional center is actually in charge to take care of kids with special needs. For example, kids with early intervention. As you can see in this picture, the kids start at 3 years old, and what happens is that when a parent or a teacher or a doctor sees they might have a developmental delay, they send them to the regional center. Now, the regional center is in charge of doing some testing to determine if they qualify for services due to a disability, which it could be autism, epilepsy, cystic fibrosis. It could also be things like ADHD, speech. Since it's neurodivergent, like we have like a lot of things to choose from. That as long as it stops them from having a regular life, they qualify. Okay. From 0 to 3 years old, the regional center is basically in charge of providing therapies at home or like a center base. The most common center base around this area is Atwater School for Children, which is where my son goes to. He's 2.5, and as soon as he turns 3, he's gonna be going to Glendale Unified District, because when the children turn 3, the district takes over their therapies. They create something called an IEP, which is basically a plan, and it tells them like, okay, so we're gonna set these goals and everything's okay. Starting at 3. A lot of these kids go to like smaller classes, and they have behavioral technicians that work with them. They usually, some wear diapers, so it's like a small class and all the therapies happen at school. Now, when they become like older, like teenagers, adults, the regional center, kids like that, they have a different program which they help them like train for a job, get social skills to be around other people. And if they're determined to be very severe or they're violent, they go to some homes if the parents can handle their care. And those homes have like specialized training people that help them, like learn how to go to the store, how to go to school, like kind of give them like an independent life with the support of someone that lives there, which is their case manager, right? In the same matter, enough about all those therapies and all of that. Regional center can also do wonderful things for your child that a lot of people do not know. But regional center can pay for music, social skills, which is like like the gym if you really need it. They can pay for swimming lessons. They could pay for classes with horses. They could do a lot of things. Each child gets 2 services a year. My kids get music, so instead of getting like an additional program, my son just gets more music time, right? My son's music is $150 an hour. Now, I could not afford that, but since he has a disability and he's doing everything he needs to be doing, regional center pays for it. In the same matter, they have something called advocacy, meaning if your disability rights have been violated, the regional center has a whole bunch of people that are used to dealing with these kind of issues. If, for example, immigration, they advocate for your son or daughter to get their services that they need in school. If the school is not doing their job what they're supposed to be doing, you call them and they'll fight for you. Okay? Now we're gonna be moving on to remind you that this is the most important time to get diagnosed. When you're a baby, what happens is that when you turn 3 years old, a lot of people tend to believe, which I was one of them, that, oh no, my child's taking longer to speak because we're bilingual, all these excuses, or maybe just in denial because we don't want to accept it. But it's very important that even if you don't accept it and you don't know, that you call them, because the earlier you start treatment, the better chances are that your child can become independent. And I'm going to tell you something about autism. It's very different. I have a 14-year-old that's very high functional. He goes to, our school, and he takes music, right? He tells me, when I read something, I don't remember, but I can read music. And I'm like, yes, that's your talent. So we're trying to, get the talent up, and kind of support him in whatever thing he desires. Now, my 6-year-old is nonverbal. He uses an AAC device. He's level 3. The oldest is level 2. My level 3 6-year-old is completely nonverbal, but he's very observant. He can play video games even though he cannot read. He knows what's going on. He's very empathetic. If you feel sad, he gives you a hug. He doesn't hurt people. He's very nice, very gentle, right? Then I have a 2-year-old, which he has autism level 2 and epilepsy, which is like a hurricane, okay? You cannot tell he's autistic. He talks to you. He looks at you in the eye. He likes to socialize. He likes people, but he still has sensory needs. For example, he likes to crawl. He's kind of clumsy, but he's still autistic, okay? This is my friend, me and her. She was actually the one that introduced me to the Region Center and getting my son help. I met her through the Glendale Unified School District. I did not do the early intervention with my first 2 kids because I was unaware, and I thought Regional Center was for old people. But she was the one that told me, hey, you could actually get so much help for your kid. And thanks to her, I'm actually the provider of my son. She guided me, and now we have like a group online that if you have any questions, you just send a message and a lot of moms will help you through it. For example, how to file your taxes even though your income's exempt, how to ask for resources, how to ask for accommodations, how to get exemption letters, how to advocate for your child. Because if you don't advocate for your child, nobody will. Preguntas?
No, it's okay.
It's okay?
Perfect.
And this is Ramses. That's her son. Very smart. He's 6 years old and he can multiply a whole bunch of big numbers, okay? Don't tell us how. He just knows how to read chapter books. He's super intelligent. That they wanted to skip him 3 grades, but she refused because, in the end of the day, he's still autistic and he didn't want to be in a room full of like 9-year-olds when he's only 6, But yeah, if you have any questions, please feel free to send me a message. I will probably explain it better like one-on-one because I get nervous in front of people. But if you have any questions about, like your resources and how to advocate for your loved ones, send me a message. And if I don't know, I'll find someone that does. And thank you so much. Hey guys, my video got carried away. It's already 7 minutes, so I forgot to tell you that if you want resources, you can always, number one, Google your area to find out which regional center belongs to you. Number 2, you can always access online and say disability advocate near me. Number 3, you could go to the ADA, which is the disability department. 3. Number 4, you can always ask the school and they'll give you referrals. Your doctor. But something about a doctor is like you have to understand that doctors won't offer anything. So you have to kind of tell them, I need this referral for speech. I need a referral for OT. I need a referral for this and that, Doctors will not offer to you. And I learned this the hard way, okay? Don't be like me. And in the same matter, if you want this to succeed, please, there's a lot of pages like Autism Speaks, that helps out. Also on Facebook, believe it or not, there's something called IHSS timesheet, just like that. It's full of providers and they have a lot of questions, and stuff like that. And for epilepsy, please join the epilepsy groups because I have heard so many new things I didn't even know. For example, how Mucinex creates seizures. Yeah. So if you have any other more questions, I'm going to type my cited worksheet on the bottom. And thank you so much.